Hi boys and girls, it's me Butch. My name's Terry David Silvercloud. Not native, just sounds that way. I'm out on Granville Street on Monday, what is it, I think it's the 24th of August, somewhere around there. And I'm just testing out my DJI camera, little mini camera here. It's not on a stabilizer, so it's going to be kind of shaky. But I'll show you Granville Street. They've sort of spruced it up. I'm trying to switch hands here. I have a cane, cane in one hand and a camera in the other. So see if I can get you stable here. How about that? That's not too bad. I think it'd be better if I just handheld the camera. I have it on a monopole, so I'll just walk along with it. So for the World Cup soccer, they spruced up, they shut down the buses on Granville and turned it into sort of a party zone, and they've left it up, which is nice because before the street was mostly empty, just drug addicts, if anything. Not a lot of people used to enjoy strolling Granville, which, at nighttime it would be a party zone because there's a lot of bars down here, but during the day it'd just be kind of dead. So now there's a lot more people out walking Granville Street, and that's kind of nice to see. So I guess this is going to be kind of bumpy. I plan tomorrow, if I'm still alive, I'm not feeling very well lately. I'm really hurting a lot. Tomorrow I'm going to attempt, if the weather holds up, to I don't know if I'll be able to locate a goat trail, but I plan to go down I plan to walk down the cliff right above the Oasis Gay Beach. That's my plan du jour for tomorrow. And I'm not sure what camera I'm going to use, so it's going to be very hard for me. It'll be very hard for me to get down the cliff holding camera gear, and my thought is I'll put this little camera on my helmet, and that'll leave my hands free to get down the cliff. But I basically haven't used this camera. I bought it with intentions of doing a lot of street video, I guess, or something, I don't know, before my health started to seriously decline. And never got into it. And then it took me forever to get the camera to work because I don't have a smartphone connected to the internet or any of that kind of stuff. I don't use apps. I have an emergency phone that costs about $50 a year with 100 minutes of time, and I don't answer the phone. I don't text. Don't do things like that. But anyhow, to use this little DJI camera, you have to install an app in your smartphone to activate the actual camera. You cannot turn this camera on without the help of a smartphone and downloading the app from DJI. So I was pretty ticked off about that, and fortunately the sales lady at a camera store where I bought gear used her smartphone to download the app required and get this camera working. So I don't know if she ditched the app, but the camera seems to work. Where are we at here? Nelson Street. This is Nelson Street. And I'm not looking at what I'm filming here because I'm trying to put more energy into keeping the camera still by resting my monopod on my shoulder. And hoping I'm keeping you sort of steady. So that high rise you see in the distance there, I hope. I think you can see it's white. It's really nice balconies. That was one of the first really tall apartment buildings to go up in Vancouver, and they beat zoning regulations to a certain extent because the land is owned by a church. I don't know how they did it, but since then Vancouver has come to realize that we're running out of land without buying up agricultural land. And, oh, that's interesting. Service Canada's there. I'll have to remember that. I need their help sometimes. There must be a new office. Where was I going with all this? Totally forgot what I was jacking about. What were you talking about, David? Totally forgot what I was talking about. Oh, buildings? I was talking about buildings anyhow. Farmland, we want to keep our farmland. So the only way to have more people packed into Vancouver is to build up. And a lot of the old school people, they didn't want their sight lines where they couldn't see the mountains because suddenly a high rise is in between them and the mountains. But now, the richer you are, the more chance you have to see a mountain. There's mountains straight in front of us. It's in the distance there, right at the very end, those is mountains. So we're coming up to the main part of downtown, and this is Smythe Street. It looks like Smith with an E, but Smythe Street. And there's some traffic happening here. People call out "Hi Popeye" to me all the time because I wear a sailor hat, an American U.S. Dixie Cup gob hat. Sort of part of my trademark. Camouflage is a nice store. It's all army surplus kind of stuff, camping gear. Who knows what he's on about? I'm calming down. The Shoppers Drug Mart on Davie Street screwed up a prescription, didn't have it ready, couldn't find it, knew nothing about it, and eventually found it. And it was like the fourth time I've been in to try and arrange that prescription. And the only reason I ever went there was they had the stuff during a shortage. I don't like them. I don't like the Shoppers Drug Mart. Don't recommend them at all. Butch is giving thumbs down to Shoppers Drug Mart. I use No Frills on Broadway. And in Vancouver, we have a chain called London Drugs. It was started by a Vancouver businessman years and years and years ago. He got rich by selling the brand new low-end audio equipment that was coming on the market because of transistors and cameras. And eventually became a leading retailer of camera gear, and still is, in Vancouver. So if you're looking for camera video gear, London Drugs, of all places, is one of the best places to go. They'll compete in price and stock with all the other big chains because they're buying closeout deals in order to give you the best price. They'll have the high-end stuff too, but they'll have a lot of stuff. You know, it's the end of the line. The price is good, and that's what matters, at least to people like me. I don't have any money. We're coming up to Robson Street, which is a major shopping street. Very pleasant. It keeps changing over the years, but you know, different stores come and go. More big chains moving in. And the old Eaton Center here is being totally renovated. It was just a big block of concrete, very horrific urban design for its time, and finally the walls are being opened up and windows put in, and windows even at street level. The object at the time was the Eaton store, and there's a huge shopping center underneath. So because of all the inclement weather we have in the winter here anyway, it's always damp and wet. Or it used to be before the rain stopped. Bringing people underground was the thing, and now there's it stretches for about 4 blocks underground from here where we are right down for the next 3 or 4 blocks. So we're coming up to Georgia Street, which is a main traffic route to get from one end of the city to the other. And I'm going to stop shooting somewhere down around there. This must be some sort of new, going to be a permanent feature. That's a lot of work, and I get a feeling that's going to be a permanent feature. So the feeling is, I think, is that this is all going to stay. It's brought people back onto the street, which had been deserted before. People were, I think, afraid to walk on the street. Now it's sort of people-friendly, and that's a good thing. And right here is the flagship store of London Drugs. They're on 2 floors. Originally they started down the street underneath that big black building. And I used to work for them 50 years ago when they were down in the mall. But they have, I don't know how many stores, half a dozen for sure, spread out, you know, from over the lower mainland here. So that's their main store now right here at the corner of Georgia and Granville Street. There's usually a couple of hot dog, oh, there's one hot dog stand. There's usually another really large hot dog stand here, and there's usually more food stands over across the street. I guess the weather wasn't good enough this morning, or I don't know what. I don't know why the food stands aren't here. But there's usually a big hot dog stand right here, and there's another hot dog stand over there. And over in the corner over there, there's usually some other, not hot dogs, but some other kind of food. So that's really the end of this little film clip. Hope it wasn't boring or anything. Probably was. Listen to me yak on and on and on. He just yaks on and on. So I'm going to try and I'm reaching for a button. I'm reaching for a button. Can you see me? I think you're here. That's the tour for the day, and I'm going to turn you off. Bye-bye.